Hi, my name is Christina Pollen. I'm the president and principal consultant for Elevated Me LLC. Today, we're going to talk about leadership, influence without authority. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you needed to have influence over a team or an individual? However, that person was not a direct report to you. Sometimes that can be tough, right? So you have to have the ability to influence the decisions and the actions that you need that person to help you with or that team to help you with, whether it's a project, if you're in a multi-level organization, multi-level marketing, you have to influence how they react, how they respond, what actions they're going to take to complete those projects, complete those tasks, to increase sales. And that's what we're going to focus on today: leadership, influence without authority. Let me share my screen with you. There are three crucial skills for leading without authority. They include empathetic listening, warm body language, as well as positive emotions. With empathetic listening, real communication occurs when we listen with understanding. You don't just listen to figure out what you're going to say next, how you're going to respond. You have to listen and understand what they're saying to you. Listen because you want to hear what someone's saying to you. You want to be empathetic to what they're saying to you. And also, an important key factor is your body language. Warm body language is very important. There are two sets of body language cues that people look for in leaders. One projects warmth and caring, and the other signals power and status. As an influencer, we want to focus on that nonverbal communication, that warmer side, which is very important in creating productive relationships. We also have positive emotions, right? So emotions can be both positive and negative, but both are infectious. So you want to be positive. You want to try your best. And I know it's hard, but you want to try your best to always be positive, to influence those that you are trying to get to complete those projects, increase sales. You want to influence them to be positive as well. And the only way you can do that is by you being positive. Next, expertise. Expertise is very important. What are your areas of expertise? Stop and think about that for a second. What are your areas of expertise? For me, my areas of expertise are technical, sales, communications. What are your areas of expertise that you can share with your team members? Is sales your area of expertise? Technical, technology, is that your area of expertise? How can you use that to help your team? Because that area of expertise, that area you're a subject matter expert in, they'll look to you for guidance on that, and they will see you that as well. But you have to share those skills and those gifts with them. And when they see that you're an expert, you have an area of expertise that they can feed on and they can learn from, that also helps your influence with the team or individuals. Take a few seconds right now and write down those areas of expertise that you think can help your team, help your multi-level marketing teams, help your teams at work, those project teams at work. I remember before I had direct reports, I had to lead projects, and those people don't report to you. Technically, they don't have to do what you say, right? But I had to offer my expertise from the technology perspective or specific software, my project management expertise. I had to bring that to the table so they would trust me and understand we all have the same goal at the end of the day, and we're going to help each other get there. Next, let's talk about information. Information is definitely a two-way street, guys. It is a two-way street. You have to share information regularly. And when you're sharing that information, it's keeping the lines of communication open with everyone, right? So when they know you're sharing with them, you're being transparent, that makes them want to share information with you and be transparent with you also. that also makes them want to be a great contributor to the team or to the project. So don't forget, information is always a two-way street. So just as much as you're sharing with everyone, also take the time to get that information back from them as well. We all learn from each other. Next, resources. Resources are very, very important. Having the right resources are very critical. Having those resources are very, very critical to a project or to whatever area you are leading and influencing right now. Resources, you have to have a creative use of resources. What resources do you use in your business? What resources or tools do you share with your teams? Some resources that I use in my business include scheduling posts. I'm an entrepreneur as well as I have an awesome career. So I have the best of both worlds. In my entrepreneur world, I schedule my posts. I use something called an app called Later. That's very, very helpful to me because I can't, during the day, 9 to 5, I am working my career, right? So I can't post on social media during those times. So planning and scheduling posts, that's very important in the entrepreneur side of my world and running my business. Canva is a great graphics designing tool. So if you're in multi-level marketing, my friends in paparazzi, Canva is awesome. Later is awesome to schedule your post if you are still working your 9 to 5 job. I had someone tell me that Majesto was good. I haven't used Majesto yet, but I heard that's good as well. Messenger, things that are just absolutely free. Facebook, Messenger. You might not have someone's contact information, but if you're friends with them on Facebook, you can reach out to them in Messenger. Even if you're not friends, you can try to make that initial contact with them in Messenger, Instagram, all of those social media tools. Creative use of resources can be the difference between success and failure. Resources are very key. If you are managing a project, is there a database that's an amazing resource for you? Microsoft Project can be an amazing resource. Depending on what business you're in and what you're trying to accomplish, there are a multitude of resources that you can use, right? So as a person that's having to influence without authority, being able to share with your team those resources that you have, not necessarily, I'm going to share this application with you, we're going to have a joint account together, but just taking that area that you have an expertise in, going back to a few slides ago, you have expertise in Canva, you have expertise in various resources. And when you share what those resources are, again, going back to sharing information, when you share that information and those resources with your team, that also allows you to influence without authority. Next, let's talk about relationships. Relationships is everything. Relationships are everything. You have to get to know your teams, form a deep connection with them, right? I mean, especially if you're in multi-level marketing, if you're a paparazzi consultant, it's not just about signing that next consultant, right? If you sign them, great, but get to know them, form a relationship with them. That'll help you understand. I call it the love language. That'll help you understand their love language, how they like to be communicated with. Everybody doesn't receive information in the same way. Everyone doesn't share information in the same way. So you may do things within your team, within a group. You can do it one way, but you have to change it up a bit because otherwise, if you're not connecting with them, if you're not speaking their love language, it's going in one ear and out the other, and then you're wasting your time. So get to know your teams. That is very, very important. Build trust. People who you trust or people who trust you will be willing to follow you. So if people trust you, they're willing to let you influence them. They're willing to let you guide them and lead them. So make sure you build trust. And by building trust, you have to be authentic. Be authentic to who you are. Always be transparent and show authenticity. Have a sense of camaraderie, a spirit of friendly, good fellowship for the team to work together, right? If a team can't work together, you're going to have so many problems. So you have to have a sense of camaraderie, right? Whether it's a video chat, right now we can't get together with each other. Do a video chat. It doesn't even have to be long. Even if it's 15 minutes, you can build that sense of camaraderie with each other. So again, the three things I want you to take away here with relationships is get to know your teams, form those deeper connections, build trust. People who trust you will be more willing to follow you. that sense of camaraderie, guys, a spirit of friendly, good fellowship for the team to work together. When you do this and you form these deep relationships, this enables you to know what to expect, foresee reactions, as well as attitudes, which leads us into our next topic. Our next topic is attitude. Attitude is one of the most important factors of influence. Yes, it is. It is one of the most important factors of influence. Honesty, be honest and straightforward. We just talked about that. Honesty is everything. If people can't trust you, they're not going to let you lead them. Also, don't waste people's time. Be prepared and organized. Don't set up a meeting and you're not ready to show up. You don't know what you're going to talk about. Have some bullet points, guys. I have bullet points off to the side just for this today because I don't want to waste your time and I want to make sure I give you nuggets to help you influence without authority. So make sure you are organized, you plan, give people time. Don't schedule last minute meetings and expect them to show up because guess what, guys? Just like you're planning and you're leading, if you're in a multi-level marketing organization, guess what? These people, your team, they have teams, they have businesses that they're running as well, where they have planned throughout the week. So you owe them the courtesy and the respect to plan and show up organized and have a great schedule for them. Give them, a week's notice. Everything isn't an emergency. Ask yourself, is this truly an emergency? Or can I wait until next week to share this with them because I know they've already planned for the week? Or if they haven't, they should have, but you still owe them that respect, right? And next, communicate information and urgency, not stress. So don't communicate stress. If something is important, it's last minute. Of course, last minute things come up, but it's all in how you communicate it. Communicate the information and the urgency, but don't let it come across as stressful for the team or the individuals. And you can help control that and help control that tone. You stay calm and they will stay calm as well, no matter how urgent it is, right? You set the tone. Remember earlier, we talked about being positive. This influences that as well. Right? So when you need something and it's urgent, you want to make sure you're not stressing that person out because it is urgent. Next, we have authority. Oh goodness, authority. That's an important piece as well, right? Authority is the most direct way to influence others. It is the most direct way to influence others without a doubt. When you manage resources directly, you can set their direction and priorities. When you don't manage resources directly, you can't necessarily manage those resources and manage those priorities. So you have to be able to influence it, right? So influence without authority means you can't directly influence them. You can't directly tell them to do something. You can, but they may not necessarily do it. So you have to allow your influence, the fact that you're an expert in certain areas, you're a great communicator, you've built a sense of camaraderie with them, you have a deep connection with them. You have to let all of those factors influence your authority. It all builds up, right? All of those factors that we've talked about earlier influence the authority that you're going to have with others. And it's not authority in the sense of I'm going to tell you what to do. It's authority in the sense of I'm leading you, I'm guiding you, I want to give you some best practices. This will help you be successful in your business, and this will help you be successful on your projects. Because again, influence without authority works if you're in a 9-to-5 career at an enterprise, if you're a small business owner, if you're in multi-level marketing, in all of these situations, nonprofits, in all of these situations, you have to have leadership influence without authority. It is absolutely important. So let's summarize for today, guys. Again, there are 5 ways to influence without authority. They include expertise, information, resources, relationships, attitude, and authority. Crucial skills for leading without authority include empathetic listening, warm body language, as well as positive emotions. That summarizes our presentation for today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and I'll be happy to answer those questions. You can reach out to me. I'm going to leave you with my contact information. There is my mobile number as well as my email address. It's Cortina.Pollen@elevatedmellc.com. Also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, as well as YouTube. I am Elevated Me LLC on all three of those platforms. I also have a podcast called Elevated Me LLC as well. I'm sorry, it's Elevated Me. So make sure you subscribe to our podcast, our YouTube page, like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Thank you. I hope this presentation today on leadership, influence without authority helps you in your endeavors, whether you are leading a nonprofit, you are on a board, you are working in a large enterprise, a corporation, you are a small business owner, you're a team leader in multi-level marketing. I hope no matter what area you're working in, this presentation on influence without authority helps you to be successful. Thank you.